Hello and welcome to Glasgow Central, the terminus of the Avanti West Coast services and ScotRail services. So you'll be seeing only Avanti and ScotRail. So see you in the first clip. Okay, departing now is the 1508 Transpennine Express service to Manchester Airport. 397-006. Also arriving in is the terminating service 380-013. SC 397-006 to Manchester Airport via Preston. There she goes. Next stop, Motherwell. Okay, arriving now is a ScotRail service from Edinburgh, 385010. There she arrives from Edinburgh, Waverley. Which will fall back to Edinburgh in a bit of time. Okay, now departing now is the 1513 ScotRail service to Carlisle, 156503. There she goes to Carlisle. Okay, arriving in now is the ScotRail service from Newton. Formed of a 318-264. Pretty sure this is Newton. This she arrives from Newton. Maybe connecting up to the other 318 in the platform. There she arrives from Newton. Okay, arriving now is a ScotRail service from, I haven't a clue, 385035. And also departing is the 320 to Glasgow Central. (320-305). And also arriving in is a 156 as well. Terminating in 156505. And something else in the back. There they all arriving to the Glasgow Central. Okay, arriving in the far distance is the 1517 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston. P together, 390 001. She arrives from London Euston. Okay, departing now is the 1518 ScotRail Express service to Edinburgh, 385005. Well, she should be departing. Yes, she is. Also arriving in is another 320, or should I say dusty bin. There she goes to Edinburgh Waverley via like 1,000 stops, should I say. When the 320 comes in, 310 from Edinburgh. Oh no, what am I saying? From Glasgow Central. Right, That's 320 310. Now departing is the 1520 ScotRail service to Newton. 318264 again. There she goes to Newton. Okay, departing now is the 1518 ScotRail Express service to Lanark. Or Lanark. Lanark? I think. Three 5040. 385035. There they go to Lanark. Okay, arriving now is a duo of trains. One 320, one 314, 320 and 316 at the front. And no idea because I couldn't see. Three 118. Two 62. Okay, now to mine, it's a 2 roll 156s. No idea what the front is. 156 505 going to Kilmarnock. Also arriving in is a 38E. Terminating in from somewhere. There she arrives from air. Okay, now departing is the 1531 ScotRail Express to Edinburgh Waverley, 35010. There she goes to Edinburgh Waverley. And also turning up is another 380 001, terminating in. Far and distant land. Okay, now departing is the 1538 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston, 390 135. Next stop, Carlisle. There she goes to London Euston. And also turning up is another 156 in the background. Don't know if she's going. Yeah, and another 385 as well. If I can, 385011. Terminating here at Glasgow Central, and a 156513, terminating here at 2. There goes the Pendolino to Euston, and here's 156513. And something else terminating it, and also another 380, shall I say, going out. There's 380 013. Going somewhere. Then 156433, terminating in here at Glasgow Central. Okay, arriving in shortly should be a 397 down in the distance, and a 397 from Liverpool Lime Street, and the other one from Glasgow Central. Oh look, it's 397007, the one I got earlier, or should I say yesterday, from Carlisle to Edinburgh. And there is 305, 7 from Glasgow, and there she is, arriving in. From Liverpool Lime Street, which will form back to Liverpool. Apparently not in service according to the screens. There they both arrive from Liverpool Lime Street and Glasgow Central. Goes. Okay, departing now is 38109 on her journey. To East Kilbride. And also arriving in is 38011 from Barhead. There she arrives from Barhead. Probably going back there or somewhere else. There she arrives, and then the other one goes. Okay, arriving now is the early 15 something from here's the early running service from Glasgow Central, circular 320-318. Had a mental block right there. And there she arrives from Glasgow Central Circular. So what do you thought about later? Or soon? Okay, arriving now is the 1555 ScotRail service from Edinburgh Waverley. 385004. There she arrives from Edinburgh. Okay, arriving now is a 380-103. And also departing now is the 1557 Avanti West Coast service to London. There's the 380 from East Kilbride. has been given the green signal, so she should depart any second. Now she's departing to London Euston. Next stop Carlisle. Together to London Euston. And now goes a 380 or 380 person to Barhead, back 380 triple one, heads back to Barhead. There they go. Okay, arriving in now is a terminating service from some far and distant land. I think that's from Carlisle, yes, from Carlisle. 156508. Um, 156492 as she arrives in Carlisle. Okay, departing now to 1604 ScotRail Express service to Edinburgh, 35004. There she goes to Edinburgh Waverley.